Well, people don't distinguish the difference between an engineer and a producer. When you say idea guy too, don't slack on yourself on that side when it comes to, okay, I'm not a beat maker, I don't make the beats, but executive producer is the idea guy. They're the guy that's gonna listen to the track that's brought up in the studio or with the artist, and they're the one that's going to expand on it, add suggestions, whatever pops in their head from hearing that song. So keep that in mind, dude. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like when
Yeah.
you go into a room, if you got that ability and you hear something, don't be a closed mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think that's probably for me where my future in music lies. You know, I have a lot of technical abilities, but as I've been a studio owner for 4 or 5 years, I think there's a key difference, and maybe people that have worked with us here even would say, the ear that I have and some of the things that I do with the songs, and, you know, people say things like, "Wow, you know, that's the best I've ever worked with," or that's not to toot my own horn, that's because I've taken the time to understand and learn the music at such a deep level,
Hmm.
from production to measures to beat count to all of it, songwriting and placements and everything in between. So, like I'm inspired by like Quincy Jones, you know, people like that. Mac Miller was even like a people don't understand how much of an executive producer that he
Oh
controlled
yeah,
all the
he
things
made it
going
all.
on,
Yeah.
you know, in his mind. He heard it all before it happened.
Hmm.
So people like that give me inspiration because I do think I've hit a point in music. Like I've performed on like really big stages. I've like recorded super big names. I've worked on like Grammy level projects. Um, but I think that I want to still try to leave a bigger impact through music, and executive producing and writing are the two ways that you can have something that's not even yours. You know, let's say you help somebody else make a song or something, and that's a generational song or that's a timeless piece that comes
Hmm.
out. Um, I think there's a lot of value to that, and I think it's a really difficult skill set for people to have. And
Yep.
so the key is figuring out how to get there. Like,
It's it's
do you know
finding
what I
it's
mean?
finding the artist willing to accept that portion of this industry. I think a
Yeah,
lot of people are, I gotta write this.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And so it's really coming across the right artists, and then being able to showcase that ability through them a few
mhm,
times, and then it's like proof in the work, and you got an example or sample to show maybe even somebody that ain't with that jive, and you can shift their mind to being like, hey, an executive producer, a songwriter is okay, you know.
mhm,
And I think a lot of people, they don't understand it. That's, you know, oh, Drake has a ghostwriter, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, he does,
mhm.
and he's got hit records. So what are we talking about?